Detroit is in a bad spot right now. They've lost 2 games in a row for the first time all season, and the problems keep stacking up. The biggest loss is offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, who left and is now making the Chicago Bears look unstoppable. Dan Cable tried taking over the play calling himself, and it worked for a little bit, but now the offense has completely stalled out. On top of that, injuries have absolutely crushed this team, especially the offensive line. They've lost multiple starters, and guys keep getting hurt mid-game. Against Pittsburgh, the Lions ran for only 15 yards. That's it. Meanwhile, they have explosive running backs like Jahmyr, Gibbs, and David Montgomery who couldn't get anything going. The Steelers, on the other hand, ran for 230 yards and racked up 481 yards total, their best offensive performance all season. The physical dominance that made Detroit scary for the past few years is completely gone. They're also missing defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, and you can tell. Pittsburgh controlled the entire game while Jared Goff got pressured constantly. It's worth noting that Pittsburgh was also missing key defenders like TJ Watt and Nick Herbig, which makes Detroit's struggles even more concerning. The Steelers have completely turned things around. Just 3 weeks ago, they got embarrassed at home by the Bills. Fans were booing and even chanting "Fire Tomlin," but ever since then, they've won every single game. Mike Tomlin's message was simple: don't blink, and they haven't. Pittsburgh is now 19 straight seasons finishing at 500 or better, and they still control the AFC North heading into the final stretch. Now let's talk about the Jaguars absolutely dominating the Broncos. Denver came in riding an 11-game winning streak with the best record in the AFC, and they got destroyed. Jacksonville won 34-20 in Denver, and it wasn't even that close. Trevor Lawrence is playing out of his mind right now. He threw 4 touchdown passes with 0 interceptions and even ran for another score. Over the last 4 games, Lawrence has 14 total touchdowns without a single turnover. That's MVP level stuff. New head coach Liam Coen, who came from Tampa Bay this offseason, has completely unlocked Trevor Lawrence. His decision making is sharper, his footwork looks better, and he's spreading the ball around to everyone. The offense has now scored at least 25 points in 8 straight games. Here's the thing people aren't talking about enough: the Jaguars' schedule of wins. They've beaten the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Chargers, who they absolutely demolished, and now the Broncos on the road. Some people tried saying Jacksonville hasn't played anybody tough, but look at who they've beaten. These are all playoff teams. They're 11-4 right now and could have easily won 13-2 if a few calls had gone their way. They got a bad 4th down spot against Cincinnati that cost them a game, and they blew a 19-point lead in the 4th quarter against Houston. But here's what matters: they're peaking at exactly the right time. In the playoffs, it's not always about who has the best stats all year, it's about who's healthy and who's getting hot down the stretch. Jacksonville checks both boxes. Also, if you're enjoying this breakdown, please hit subscribe so you catch all our playoff coverage. This one completely shook up the AFC playoff race. 6 teams can still mathematically win the number 1 seed. The Broncos at 12-3 still control everything. If they win their last 2 games, they're the number 1 seed no matter what. But that loss to Jacksonville opened the door wide. The Patriots need to win out and finish 14-3. The Jaguars now hold the tiebreaker over Denver because they beat them head to head. So if Jacksonville wins out and Denver loses again, the Jags could grab the top seed. The Chargers play Denver in the final week, and if they win that, they'd have the season sweep. Even the Bills and Texans technically have a shot, though they'd need a ton of help. It's complete chaos. The Jaguars are one of the best stories this season. After a rough 2024 where injuries derailed everything, they're rebuilt the right way. They brought in Liam Coen to fix the offense, traded for weapons like Jacoby Myers, and drafted difference makers. Everything is clicking at the perfect time. Trevor Lawrence is finally showing why he was the number 1 pick, and this team is playing their absolute best football heading into January. Liam Coen deserves serious Coach of the Year consideration after turning this team around. Don't sleep on Jacksonville. They're dangerous, they're confident, and they might be the team nobody wants to face in the playoffs. Thanks for watching.